Days after dropping his re-election bid, U.S. President Joe Biden is getting set to make a rare speech from the Oval Office. Let's bring in CNN's Karin Caifa now. And Karin, what are you expecting to hear from the president tonight?
Well, Cynthia, this afternoon we had an opportunity to hear from the White House Press Secretary Karin Caifa in the first briefing since Biden announced his decision on Sunday. She was asked by some reporters whether President Biden should be exiting the presidency as he exits his re-election bid. She said that was absolutely ridiculous and that President Biden believes there is more work to be done and he wants to finish the job that he started. We will hear a little bit of that from President Biden tonight, from those who know how the speech that he's been working on, and they understand that, like a typical Biden speech, he will be working on it right until the very last minute. He will kind of lay out what he wants to do with these next 6 months in office, in addition to talking up some of the accomplishments from the first 3.5 years of his presidency. Remember, Cynthia, that President Biden's legacy will be tightly tied to how Democrats perform in these upcoming elections in November. So in talking about the accomplishments of his administration, he wants to be able to set the table for Kamala Harris to be successful in these next 100 days up to Election Day, Cynthia.
Which is critical for the Democrats. Now, Karin, we're seeing polls that suggest Kamala Harris is neck and neck with Donald Trump. Even one poll suggesting that perhaps she's narrowly beating him. How are the Republicans responding to this new challenge?
Yeah, it's been about 48 hours for them to wake up to a whole new ball game. And we will hear from former President Trump in a rally setting for the first time tonight in North Carolina, a key state. You know, Cynthia, we were hearing about Republicans just last week talking about expanding the electoral map for themselves, maybe getting into states that Democrats traditionally have won because President Biden's polling numbers were so low. Now the script has flipped. We heard from now Harris campaign manager Jen O'Malley-Dixon in a campaign memo that she shared with reporters about how it's Democrats now seeking to expand their mat, really believing they can be successful in their traditional blue wall states, but also they feel that Kamala Harris opens up new opportunities to black voters, Latino voters, younger voters in some of those so-called Sun Belt states here in the United States like Arizona, Nevada, Georgia. And speaking of Nevada, just this afternoon, Cynthia, I received a few emails from the Trump campaign that says Republican vice presidential nominee J.D. Vance headed to Nevada next week, likely to try to make some inroads for the Republican campaign there as the map and the election changes.
Oh, it's going to be so interesting for us to watch here in Canada. Karin Caifa from CNN, thanks so much.